Hey guys, hey, how are you? Welcome to another video. Welcome to Uncensored. Um, Man, today I want to talk to you guys about a revolution that's going on in this country. And no, it's not the revolution you're thinking about. It's actually the MAGA revolution. I have a clip that I want to play for you guys, and then I'm going to give you my take and my thought on that clip. So before we do that, though, let's go ahead and start the show, and I'll be back. We'll play the clip after we come back from the introduction, and then I'll give you my take on that clip. So let's go ahead and start the show.
Who do you think you are? You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning? You'll be living in hell. As if hell is a place. Hell is a condition. And this is an example of that condition. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, no decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself. And we should never mock that, because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the end of it. We can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God. The message of all faith at the biggest picture level is the message in our Bible, which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective. We are not a theocracy. And God willing, we never will be, because theocracies corrupt the religion. No, this is a mockery not just of Islam, it's a mockery of Christianity. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. Oh, I get it. We can't support that. Under no circumstances can we support that. Doesn't mean you have to hate Trump or take the opposite position on every issue from Trump. You shouldn't. A lot of his positions are the right positions, but you cannot support that. That is evil. That is an intentional desecration of beauty and truth, which is the definition of evil.
Now, as you can imagine, that post did not go over well with the Iranians or with many Americans. I mean, I don't know about you, but I am sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Can't he just behave like a normal human? I mean, honestly, like the president, 3D chess, shut up. Fucking shut up about that shit. You don't threaten to wipe out an entire civilization. We're talking about civilians just casually in a social media post. You know, like I am the first to try to understand Trump and his strategy and to not freak out over his weird social media posts and language that is loose and incendiary. Truly, I've lived with it for 10 plus years. I learned it the hard way when I was on the receiving end of it for 9 months. And truly, I think that was a gift to me in many ways because it helped me really come to understand what he does with his social media. But this is completely irresponsible and disgusting. This is wrong. It's wrong. He should not be doing it. I don't care that it's his negotiation tactic is to kill an entire country full of civilians, men, women, and children. An American president so that the Strait of Hormuz will be opened. It's just wrong. It's not hard to say it. It's not hard to recognize it. I wish he would stop doing this. Like, he can't negotiate without doing this? What does that say about him? What does that say about the position that our country is in right now in these negotiations? He's got to say this. He can't be a dignified, strong leader without threatening a bunch of war crimes. Like, what is he, Genghis Khan? Like, what is he trying to do? And why can't he do it with strength, threats? Sure, go for it. That don't diminish and demean the United States of America in this way.
How do we 25th Amendment his ass?
The problem is to get the 25th Amendment, it's harder than impeachment. You have to get 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate.
So what do we do?
Tackle Trump and pretend, let him pretend he's president and publicly report that he's going through a health issue and Vance take over. It literally needs to be something like that. It's that bad.
This has to be the breaking point. This is the breaking point for the GOP coalition. You buried the Epstein files. There is no border wall. You didn't deliver on mass deportations. You cut corporate tax rates for the rich by cutting Medicaid again. No infrastructure bill, no middle class tax cuts. You got to refund the tariffs. And now we're in a regime change war with Iran. That's the breaking point. I'm out. I'm done. I am off the Trump train. I am not voting in 26. If Rubio or Vance are on the ticket in any form in 28, I'm voting for a Democrat. It's indefensible now. Fuck MAGA. It's dead. It's dead. MAGA is, I'll do it again for you. MAGA is dead. We are America first. This means nothing. Fuck this movement. If MAGA means Lindsey Graham, Laura Loomer, Barry Weiss, and Netanyahu, and not Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, and Tucker, then MAGA is garbage. It is a dead brand. No young person wants to be a part of this. Nobody is enthusiastic about it, and it is a joke. And I hope Trump knows that. Trump, you don't have any young fans anymore. I know, I'm a young person. You don't have any young supporters. The people that memed you into the White House, the people that made the memes, the actually creative, fun, edgy, intelligent young people that brought the energy in 2016, they're gone. I know, I was one of them. I'm not anymore. It is a dead and dying movement. The only people left in MAGA are the boomers that still watch Fox News, the boomers in the villages, all these retirees in Florida, these people that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground anymore. They get tricked by AI on the regular. Those are the only people that are still with it. And like Trump, they're not going to be here in 20 years. They're going to be dead. We are going to be here in 20 years. We are going to be in politics in 20 years, and we're done with that. So it's like I've been saying from the beginning, it's time to dream a little bigger. It's time to imagine the actual America First movement. And that starts with discarding Trump. No, sorry. If that's what MAGA is, then we're not MAGA. No one is MAGA. I don't want to be at the tail end of the Trump movement. I want to get in at the ground floor of the America First movement.
Are you done with Donald Trump, or could you see a way that you would end up perhaps voting for him? Oh, yeah, he can't run again, obviously, but would you support him publicly again?
So I want to be clear. I don't regret voting for Donald Trump above Kamala. I think he was the better candidate, certainly a better candidate above Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen, and it is happening. But I just think that the picture of politics in America is going to look very differently because of his actions. So I don't know where we go from here. I really don't. But this is not the candidate that I voted for.
Like, it's because this is not helpful to Jews in America. It's for Israel. Like, it feels like Netanyahu is running the White House and Trump's just signing and doing whatever they say, right? It feels like Netanyahu should be sitting in the Oval Office.
Well, President Trump came out on Truth Social and attacked myself and all the original MAGA supporters today. And I'm just so sad that whatever's happened to him has totally changed the man he once was, because he did so much good. That said, it followed just a few hours after Melania Trump came out, unannounced, reportedly Trump didn't know, and said she wasn't involved with Epstein and she supports a full investigation by Congress into the Epstein cover-up. Trump says Epstein's a hoax. So this reminds me of Melinda French, when she started turning against Bill, also over Epstein. So Trump's got big problems, folks. And I am just so concerned about this country and the world. Trump's being led around by the nose by Netanyahu and by Mark Levin and others. And it's so sad. The Iran war is a total disaster, a black eye for America. They control the Strait of Hormuz. It is just absolutely incredible what we're seeing and what we're facing. I supported the old Trump. He got so many good things done. But at the end of the day, I just feel sorry for him and pray that God touch his heart and soul and free him from the demonic influences that he's under. I mean, it's just that simple. This is a nightmare. We know the Democrats, the left, are absolutely terrible. But when Trump's calling for wiping out whole civilizations and acting like a supervillain, I have to come out and say I don't support it. It's that simple. So again, Trump's own wife came out at an unannounced press conference today and said the Epstein crimes are real and that she wants the victims to be in front of Congress to cover up the end. That's the opposite of what Trump's saying. Looks to me like she's breaking with Trump because she knows the ship's sinking, has found out the truth. Elon left 8 months ago saying he's in the files as a cover-up. I never saw any evidence of it, but he's acting like he's guilty. We know he's protecting Howard Lutnick, who said he didn't know Epstein to go to the island, and he did. So all I can say is this is a terrible day, and it's a nightmare for America and the world, but I'm going to tell the truth, report on the facts, no matter what it is. Was I somewhat naive? Did I defend Trump too long? He did so much good? Yeah, I did. Are people that, said I defended him too long, are they right? Yeah, it looks like they are. Fine to a victory lap. But I did it from a place of believing he was the lesser of two evils. And I guess at the end of the day, justice be done may the heavens fall. There's no such thing as lesser of two evils. So I took the establishment attacking him as the sign I should support him. I took myself being attacked for supporting him as a sign I should support him. And now it's certainly clear that this new Donald Trump is somebody we shouldn't support, and I'm not. So I'm energetically opposing him. I'm calling for the 25th Amendment if he continues to call for nuclear war and genocide. Hopefully he backs down. We'll continue to report on this as it unfolds, but that's the facts. Melania Trump, they've said, was turning against Trump years ago. I never believed it, but now she's definitely countermanding what he said and done, saying there's nothing to Epstein. She's saying there is. It should be investigated. I stand with Melania Trump, and I stand with the truth. I stand with the victims of Epstein against the Epstein class. Follow me on X at Real Alex Jones, on Rebel, the Alex Jones Show. God bless you all.
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Hey, we are back with you guys. We are back. I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my followers. We are growing steady. We're growing strong. Thank you. Keep it coming, and I will keep on coming. We'll continue to make great content for you guys. And I really hope you like, some of the latest videos that I made, because I make them from my heart for you guys. All right, so let's get into it. What you guys just listened to is a little clip I put together. And this is about the MAGA, I call it the MAGA revolution. And the reason why I call it the MAGA revolution is because some of the biggest influencers, the biggest YouTubers, podcasters, some of the people who campaigned for President Trump have turned on him. And they have been speaking out loudly, and they have been speaking out against the war with Iran. Some of those names, Trump has been going, he finally snapped and went after them yesterday on a long rant on his social media post. And he talked about how they were low IQ, that how they call him all the time and he doesn't answer their calls and blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about, Tucker Carlson. You guys just listen to Tucker Carlson go in on Trump about Trump's tweet. He tweeted or he posted on his social media on Sunday, Eastern Sunday. And Tucker Carlson talked about, how dare you send out a message as the president of the United States with the F word saying you are going to kill an entire nation and talking about how you are going to take care of you're gonna destroy the whole civilization. So Tucker Carlson went in on Trump real hard. And as you guys listen to the clip too, Megyn Kelly as well, she went real hard on Trump. Also, Alex Jones has completely changed his stance on Trump. Alex Jones has been a little bit more softer. He says that Trump has been possessed by a demonic entity. He's being controlled by a demonic entity, and that he prays for his soul. And he has been a little softer. Now, the one that has been the most outspoken and that has gone completely harsh is Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a white nationalist, which I don't understand this kid, because I believe he's like half Mexican or something like that, but he thinks he's white. He believes he's white or something like that, and he is considered like a white nationalist. He's been banned from YouTube for his hating rhetoric. But he turned around. He did a 360 turnaround against Trump. Like, literally, he's been bashing Trump, calling him fat, telling him that he's too old, that he didn't do whatever he was supposed to be doing. He even said that he's going to vote Democrat, as you guys just heard it on that clip, which has surprised me. The other one that has been speaking out against Trump is Candace Owens, and she was one of his biggest supporters. And I like the way Candace Owens thinks. She's very objective, and I'm gonna tell you. Look, I'm not gonna be one of those people who will say, you know what, I told you so. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. You made a mistake. You supported President Trump because you thought that he was America first, which, we've been telling you for years that that's not the truth. This man has been a fiasco from the beginning. We knew this person had no interest in defending the American interest. We knew President Trump was all about himself, enriching his money, being good to his buddies, his billionaire buddies, making money. That's exactly, and staying out of jail, staying out of prison. We've been saying this for years. This is nothing new. But I'm still not going to tell you I told you so, because I honestly believe there is something inside of these people that finally said enough is enough. I've been putting up a front for the last 8 years, 5 years. I've been putting up a front, and I actually trusted this guy, trusted that he was going to be America first. And it's been the opposite. The economy is tanking. We are in a war with Iran. We are not America first. We are Israel first. We are under the influence of Israel. And by the way, the minute you mention the word Israel, now you're considered an anti-Semite, that you hate Jews, Jewish people and all that. That's not true. That's just a distraction to make people scared, so they don't say anything about it. Good for Tucker Carlson, good for Megyn Kelly, good for Nick Fuentes. Even he's a white nationalist. I'm gonna say it's good for him. Good for Candace Owens and Alex Jones, that they finally saw what everybody else has been seeing. The MAGA movement, I'm not gonna say it's destroyed, because I don't think it's the end of the MAGA movement. There are people out there, especially people in their 50s and up. There are people out there that Trump could shoot somebody on the street and they will still back him up. That is the honest truth. This man can do whatever he wants, and these people will never, ever stop supporting him. They don't go back, especially people over 50 and some young people. So I wouldn't dare say the MAGA movement is done, is destroyed. Now, there are a lot of people who are sick and tired of what has been going on, and they are changing their stance. And good for these people, because each one of these people are big influencers. These people all have over 1 million followers on their YouTube channels. And people have been saying that, Tucker Carlson has been losing popularity since he started speaking out against Trump and all that. But it doesn't matter. You have to speak out when you see things that are wrong. And what Trump has done is he's turned his back against the American people. That's what he's done. He absolutely lied to us. He said it was going to be America first, and it's not America first. This is not the definition of America first. And he can say, all he wants about, yes, it is, because we are defending the national security against Iran and all that. We started the war. Iran didn't attack us. And I'm not saying Iran is not it's a good country. I'm not saying that. They are definitely terrorists, and they support a lot of terrorists like Hezbollah and all that. But what I'm saying is, you said during your campaign that it was going to be America first. And this is not the definition of America first. And I've been saying this from the beginning. But finally, the truth caught up with Tucker Carlson, with Megyn Kelly, with Candace Owens, with Alex Jones, and even Nick Fuentes. The truth actually caught up with them. And I'm not saying with this that the other side is better, the Democrats, because the Democrats are trash. The Democratic Party is trash. Where are they? What are they doing? Enriching their pockets too. That's what they're doing. That's why I've always been saying we need an independent in the White House. We need to show the Democrats and the Republicans that we are able to choose somebody who is an independent, who has no affiliation with neither party, and is not going to have any influence from anybody. We need to choose an independent. So I'm not going to be one of those who says, I told you so, Tucker Carlson. I told you so, the rest of the group. Megyn Kelly, I told you so. Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, Candace Owens. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say thank you for speaking out. Thank you for finally realizing and seeing the calm man that this president is. Thank you for actually waking up and seeing the reality about this president. This president was never about America. This president was about himself and his family and enriching his family. This is just the way it is. Thank you guys for, taking the blunt of this attack from the president, but thank you for speaking out and for standing up for America. Thank you. This is what America first looks like, when we all come together and we actually say, you know what? You're not doing it right. This is America first. This is absolutely America first. A war with Iran is not America first. It's Israel first, and then America. So I wanted to make this video to call out the situation that has been going on. I call it the MAGA revolution. And the reason why I call it the MAGA revolution is because some of the biggest influencers have turned against Trump, and they have finally woken up. They have seen the type of person this man is. This is a vile man, and he's always been like that. Haven't you noticed that every time somebody passes away, somebody who he didn't like, he has never either stayed quiet or say nothing? He has always been celebrating when people pass away. This man has no decency. No decency whatsoever. It's all about himself and his family. And yet he has a nucleus of supporters that will not turn away. So don't think that because Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, Nick Fuentes, and Alex Jones have finally woken up and are speaking against what's going on, don't think that his movement is over. No, it's not. MAGA is not over. There's a MAGA revolution, There's two sides. MAGA is divided right now. MAGA is divided. All these influencers, followers, are now divided against the original MAGA, which is boomers over 50 and 60 who watch Fox News all the time. It's just the way it is. And that movement, that nucleus of people, will never, never stop supporting Trump. It doesn't matter what happens with the country. The country could collapse, and these people will not stop supporting Trump. So MAGA is divided. Like, remember with the revolution, right? The Civil War back in the day, the South versus the North. Pretty much that's what's going on in MAGA. You have all the followers and the MAGA influencers, the biggest MAGA influencers, right? All these people are against the actual original MAGA, which is boomers over 60, 55, 60. It doesn't matter what Trump does. At the end of the video, at the end of that clip, you guys listen to when Trump said, we won because of the poorly educated. That's what he said. That's what exactly what he said. Who do you think he's talking about? Do you think he's talking about black people and Spanish people? No, you know who he's talking about. He's talking about the boomers who still won't change their mind. It doesn't matter what he does. That's why he loves the poorly educated. So I just wanted to make this video to say thank you to Tucker Carlson. Thank you, Candace Owens. Thank you, Alex Jones. Thank you, Megyn Kelly. And thank you, the white nationalist wannabe Nick Fuentes. Because even though you are a white nationalist and you are a racist, because I've heard some of the stuff that you said, especially about black people. You are a racist and you should be ashamed of yourself. But I want to say thank you at the same time because you are finally waking up and seeing that this president is not a good person. And I know your reasons, Nick Fuentes, I'm calling you out first. Your reasons are way different than your reasons for not supporting Trump are way different than the reasons for the other YouTubers not supporting Trump. Your reasons are just racist. That's your reason. But at the same time, I want to say thank you. Because even though you are a white nationalist, you have actually woken up and you have seen that Trump was not America first. You thought he was America first. And for you, America first means America white. But unfortunately, Nick Fuentes, he doesn't care about whites either. He never cared. He never cared about the whites. He never cared about the black. He never cared about the Spanish. He never cared about the Asians. He cares about Trump and his family. A man has made over almost $2 billion that we know, because it could be more, since he became president again. Just this term. Almost $2 billion he's made. And there are people out there, the MAGA, followers that will never stop. Oh, he doesn't take a salary. He doesn't take a salary from the White House. He donates his $400,000 a year salary from the White House. Why do you need $400,000 a year when you can make almost $2 billion in 2 years? The math ain't mathing, isn't it? Is it? But that's why he loves the poorly educated, because they can't do math. I hope you guys like this video. This is JC Diaz Uncensored. Hit like, share, and subscribe if you like this video so the algorithm can pick up this video and let people know aware of our channel. I wanted to say again, thank you, Tucker Carlson. Thank you, Candace Owens. Thank you, Megyn Kelly. Thank you, Nick Fuentes. And thank you, Alex Jones, for finally waking up and seeing what the rest of us have been seeing for years. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, guys. We'll see you the next time. This is JC Diaz Uncensored. Peace.